Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something that is disturbing to me. Some of us are comfortable and feel the need to sit back and don't do much to fix a problem, and we will allow this problem to develop and erode our culture before we even think about doing something about it. But I can tell you it is not a healthy thing. And today Coach Glen Mills did an interview, and in the interview he was talking about just fix it. Now I can relate to what he's saying because I've done many videos on the topic, and I know from the depth of my heart that if something is not done now, we're going to pay a price, and the price might be too much for us as a track and field nation. So in the article, Mr. Mills, head coach for the Racers Track Club, he believes that track and field will decline significantly if the associations don't do something to improve how they govern the sport in Jamaica. So I just wanted to share this article with you based on what Mr. Mills says, and I hope there could be some urgency in how these things are addressed. Now in the article, just fix it, Mr. Mills is saying that based on how many medals we won when we were in Paris, that it is a sign that some of the structural practices that we have, that they must be fixed, because this has been one of the lowest medal tally since the 2004 Athens Games. And he's saying that if this is not fixed right away, we don't know what the future will hold, but it don't seem to be a good future in track and field. So before we pass any judgment, just let me hear your comment. I want your opinion on this. Do you believe that where we are as a nation in terms of track and field, that something must be done in order to fix what went down in Paris leading up to all of that? Or do you think it is okay and this issue, this problem will fix itself as time goes by? Please feel free to leave your opinion in the comment section. Now, for those who do not know who Coach Glen Mills is, Coach Glen Mills is the person who guided Usain Bolt to unprecedented back-to-back 100-meter and 200-meter gold medals in 3 consecutive Olympics. So he knows what he's talking about. And he says that when he looked around and he witnessed what is going on right now, he said that the crack in the system shows that urgent attention is needed. If not, we are going to experience similar things to what the West Indies cricket experienced. Those who don't know about the West Indies cricket, they used to dominate the sport, and we thought they would dominate the sport forever. But today, the West Indies cricketers are struggling to win a basic match against a no-name country. So what Mr. Mills is saying in this article, he said, I remember as a youngster when I used to listen to cricket, and it was as if the cricketers were unstoppable, they were unbeatable. And he said, look at them now, they are the weakest of the bunch. And he's saying that it is concerning, and he hoped that the JCA can comprehensively review what is going on and come up with a solution. But what he said in this article is that I have not heard any attempt to have any commission or inquiry, or whatever you want to call it, into where the problems and the causes of such dramatic drop in the medal earnings. He's saying that the standard that we have been able to maintain for several decades means this sudden drop requires attention, and any reasonable person would agree with what Mr. Mills is saying. Now, as my viewers and subscribers, tell me, do you agree with what he's saying, or do you think he's just blowing smoke and this is just an issue that will resolve itself? Now, here is what is important to me in this article. He said that people such as Stephen Francis himself and many others who are players in the game, that they have been pointing out issues after issues. They have been crying out time and time again in interviews that something is wrong and that it requires urgent attention. But it appears that no one seems to realize the urgency to fixing this problem. And as a result of that, they are worried. Now, according to Coach Glen Mills, he says that he don't think the leadership of the J3A seem to value the opinions of the stakeholders. And he said that he can't recall of ever being summoned at any time at any forum where coaches are able to voice their opinions and that there is a discussion to solve whatever concerns that they may have. Now, he also said that the role that they play in helping the country to bring home medal, that it's a vital role. And he said because of that, they must have a greater say in the track and field program. Now, to me, this is pretty serious and simple at the same time, because when you have stakeholders who put the country in a position where they now can benefit tremendously from the medal haul, and they are saying to the J3As that something is wrong, let us do something about it. Let us do something about it together, and you still can't get anywhere. The question then that one must ask is, why is this? Why do you think that the federations are not doing more to fix the problem? Is it that they don't know? Is it that they don't care? My viewers and subscribers, please feel free to share your opinion on this topic in the comment section, because I would like to know what you think about this article. Final point made in this post by Mr. Mills. In this last paragraph, he says that the sport has evolved for more than what it used to be 20 to 30 years ago, and therefore it requires a more professional and trained approach in running the sport, which in the case of track and field, we have international status at the highest level, and unfortunately our administrative structure has lagged behind in the way we do things. We need to have the administration look at itself, probably do an administrative audit. If there are things that need to be addressed, we need to identify them and we need to fix them. And this is a very vital point made in this post, and I think we need to spend some time talking about this. So please feel free to share your opinion. Now, as I close, I will reiterate what I said in the beginning of this video, that as a nation, it appears that we are comfortable kicking the can down the road, and we wait until things get worse, and then that is when we scramble now to show that we care. But the best thing to do is to fix the issue now before it gets worse or spin out of control to the point where it is unrepairable. So I would love to hear your views on the matter. Do you think this concern is a reasonable one, or do you think we're just blowing smoke like everybody else? Please feel free to share your opinion in the comment section. I thank you very much for listening. I am Dr. Gregory Horton. Have a blessed day.